Hello friends, Boruto here, and in today's video I want to talk about Boruto timeskip and the 10 most shocking things that will most likely happen in Boruto Shippuden. Momoshiki Otsutsuki is one of the most important characters of this series. He is the member of the Otsutsuki clan's main family that converted chakra to create a medicine which granted him godlike power, along with continued youth and life. In the anime, he and Isshiki were sent to investigate the whereabouts of Kaguya and her god Trey. Momoshiki was defeated in a battle against 5 Kage, Sasuke and Boruto, but after death, Momoshiki's spirit stayed intact for a while, noticing that Boruto could feel his presence, thanks to his blood of the Byakugan users. He approached Boruto and told him that despite his inability to foresee his own fate, he could see Boruto's fate clearly. Momoshiki warned him that someday his blue eyes would take everything from him, and that he is no longer an ordinary human after defeating a god. He also left a mark on Boruto's right palm, and added that he should continue to follow his own path before disappearing. But it seems he is not dead, because upon performing the Seal of Reconciliation with Kawaki following a spring session to practice using karma, Boruto witnessed a momentary vision of Momoshiki, and his right hand, throbbed with pain, then spontaneously healed the injuries he sustained during the match. Later, when Doctor reports her findings to Kara, Jigen happily declares that Momoshiki chose Boruto to be his vessel before dying. And when the new Team 7 encounters Boro, he reveals this information to Boruto, indicating that the organization's timetable for completing their goals had essentially been extended indefinitely as a result. We have already seen how Isshiki is alive in Jigen's body, and I think we can pretty much say that same situation could be with Boruto. Just like how Isshiki is alive inside Jigen, I think so is Momoshiki inside Boruto. In Boruto episode 1, we can see Kawaki, who is most likely possessed by Isshiki, but Boruto is not changed. He is still the same. I think this is due to Momoshiki changing his heart after watching Boruto's life inside him, and realized that all he was doing was evil. And due to that, he decided to help and guide Boruto and become his inner mentor. It would be a really cool concept in my opinion, and it would definitely make the show better. Just like Momoshiki, Kawaki is also one of the most important characters of the series. He is a child raised by Kara to be the future vessel for Isshiki Otsutsuki and the key to the fulfillment of their greatest wish. After being brought to Konoha by Team 7, he is taken in by Naruto Uzumaki, who raises him as his own son, during which he develops a brotherly bond with Boruto Uzumaki to solve the mystery of karma. Right now he seems an ally of Hidden Leaf in a battle against Kara, but in Boruto episode 1 we can see how he's changed and is against ninjas. The reason which made him going against Hidden Leaf could be the fact that he is possessed by Isshiki Otsutsuki, who seems to be the final villain of the series. Or he may so realize something that made him hating not only Hidden Leaf, but the whole ninja world in general. There could be many reasons, but it seems we won't know it until the time skip. Speaking of Kawaki, another current vessel of Isshiki is Jigen, who is the leader of Kara and the current vessel of Isshiki Otsutsuki. He is one of the strongest, if not the strongest character right now. He defeated the strongest ninja in history of Naruto very easily, but on the other hand his body is getting weaker and weaker day by day due to Isshiki's enormous power. In Boruto episode 1 we can see Kawaki, who seems to replace Jigen as a main vessel of Isshiki and has destroyed Hidden Leaf. Absence of him makes me think that his body once and for all will be destroyed by Isshiki's power, and by the time of Boruto vs Kawaki battle, Jigen is most likely dead. Hidden Leaf is the hidden village of the Land of Fire. As the village of one of the 5 great shinobi countries, Konoha has a Kage as its own leader, known as the Hokage. Hidden Leaf is arguably the strongest village, and it has been destroyed 4 times. By Obito during Naruto's birth, by Orochimaru in part 1, by Pain in Naruto Shippuden, and presumably by Kara in Boruto episode 1. 4 years after Otsutsuki invasion on Konoha, much of the village, including the Hokage Rock and the city behind it, has been destroyed. It's really shocking to see how Hidden Leaf is destroyed. Makes me wonder how it was destroyed, while not even Pain was able to destroy it fully. Hope we will see time skip soon, which will reveal many things about that incident. Orochimaru and Kabuto have been villains for a really long time. Orochimaru even was the main villain of the Naruto part 1. And Kabuto alongside with Tobi was one of the main villains of the 4th Great Ninja War, but after the war both of them changed. Orochimaru became one of the main allies of Hidden Leaf, which lets him doing his own experiments but strongly monitors him, in order not to do anything reckless as he used to do. And Kabuto seems to have been retired as a ninja, and now runs an orphanage, as he was raised in orphanage. They are without a doubt one of the strongest ninjas who have ever lived, and if anything happened, I'm pretty sure they would fight on Hidden Leaf's side. In Boruto episode 1 we have seen destroyed Hidden Leaf, which suggests that there was a big battle, and I'm pretty sure Kabuto and Orochimaru were also involved there. It will be really cool to see how people who used to be the main villains of the series now fighting alongside protagonists, in order to save the world. This one is probably the most unexpected from this list. Rock Lee has been fan favorite character ever since from Naruto Part 1. He is a shinobi of Hidden Leaf's Lee clan and a member of Team Guy. Unlike most shinobi, he lacks the skills necessary to use ninjutsu or genjutsu. However, he overcomes those shortcomings by undergoing special training from Might Guy that would make him a taijutsu master while still a genin. Right now he is arguably the strongest ninja of Hidden Leaf, after Naruto and Sasuke of course. As we saw in Boruto episode 1, Hidden Leaf is fully destroyed. Due to that, I'm pretty sure there was a big battle there, and Rock Lee would also use his strongest technique, 8 gates, to protect Hidden Leaf, and just like his master, sacrificing himself for younger generation. Isshiki is arguably the strongest character I have seen so far. He is a member of the Otsutsuki clan's main family, currently using Jigen as his vessel. While much of Isshiki's history is unknown, he seemingly originally came to Earth alongside Kaguya Otsutsuki, but they split up. Later, at unknown period, his karma was passed to Jigen, who became his vessel, and began cultivating him into a suitable vessel for him. He is one of the main villains of the series, and just like other villains, I'm pretty sure he will be killed by Boruto, since he is the main character of this series and he has to save the world as a protagonist. Sarada is one of the main characters of the series. She is a Kunoichi from Hidden Leaf's Uchiha clan. Because she grew up without having her father around, Sarada initially struggles to understand who she is, or what she is supposed to be. After meeting him with the help of Naruto Uzumaki, Sarada learns that she is defined by the connections she has with others. And as a member of Team Konoha, she seeks to someday become Hokage, so that she can connect with as many people as possible. In original artwork for Boruto, created by Masashi Kishimoto, Sarada is depicted with a dojutsu, reminiscent of the Mangekyo Sharingan, which confirms that she will definitely have Mangekyo Sharingan in the future, which is an advanced form of the Sharingan that has only been activated by a handful of Uchiha. They are noted to be the heavenly eyes that see the truth of all the creation without obstruction. All the Uchihas had to go through emotional trauma to gain this dojutsu. Itachi saw how his best friend killed himself in front of him. Fugaku had to see how his best friend sacrificed his life for him, and etc. And I don't think that Sarada will be exceptional. By the time of timeskip, she'll have tragic accident, which will make her awakening her Mangekyo Sharingan. In Boruto chapter 37 and 38, we saw a battle between Naruto, Sasuke and Jigen, where Jigen, despite not using his full power, defeated the duo pretty easily. Before being sealed, Naruto told Jigen that their battle is not over yet, and told Jigen to remember his words cause he's gonna feed them right back to him. In Boruto episode 1, Kawaki told Boruto that he would send him to meet the 7th, which makes me think that Naruto has already fought Kawaki or Isshiki again. And unfortunately, based on Kawaki's words, we can assume that he has lost this battle too. It will be a very emotional battle to see how Naruto is forced to fight Kawaki, who he viewed as his own son. Ever since Boruto Chapter 1 got released, death of Naruto and Sasuke have been a huge topic. People have been talking about it ever since. There are many hints about their unfortunate fate. For example, Boruto using Sasuke's headband and cloak, and using his sword. Plus how Boruto talks about Naruto in Chapter 1. He says that at the beginning his father had a huge role in his story, but after that he had to move on his own, without his father. Besides that, let's not forget Kawaki's words to Boruto, when he told him that he would send him to meet the 7th, which makes me think that Isshiki has fought Naruto and Sasuke again, and defeated this time too. We don't know if they are dead or not, but there are a lot of hints that they unfortunately are. Anyway, this is all for today. What do you think about it? Write your opinions in the comments, like this video and subscribe to this channel for more. Boruto guys out, bye.